Let's continue listening. We got about 2 more minutes left of this one. I'm gonna go try one more house, the one next door, and see if they know what happened to Jefferson or Rebecca. Park Avenue. It's already gone now. Yeah, Yuba City, yeah. No, here, Brazil. You just like hearing me walk? Yeah, man. One thing I do when I knock or I ring the doorbell, so I learned this when I used to sell pest control. So one thing they taught us is if you ring the doorbell one time, more than likely you're a solicitor. If you ring it twice, you're a friend. Because no one's going to have the gall to ring the doorbell twice. So I always like, ding dong, make them think that I'm like a friendly person. So that's a little trick that I learned. And then if I knock, it's a very friendly knock. It's not like a police knock. Like a police knock is like, do. Like,
that's why I never knocked like that.
That's right, yeah. You're all, oh, Girl Scouts selling cookies. One thing I always do as well is I want them to know who I'm a person. Like I'm not like, hiding in the shadows. I actually purposely back up if there's like a little people so they can see me. And I'm just usually like just kind of smiling, just like dancing around a little bit, like I go to the potty or something. But I look like I'm like, if I have my kids, I want to stand far enough back that they can see that I'm non-threatening because I have kids with me. So just, little door etiquette that I've picked up over the years.
You're always dressed pretty casual.
I'm just like this. Yeah, I'm very, very just non-solicitor type. I used to carry this binder with me, and I looked like I was a solicitor for like Dish Network or Solar or something like that. So I no longer carry that when I'm door knocking. I have nothing with me. Yep. Because I realized, I'm like, crap, no one's opening the doors on me. As soon as I ditched that thing, I'm like, oh, now all of a sudden, like, I haven't gone this far as like coming over like a cup of sugar or something like that, Like, hey, can I borrow an egg? Alexis, a gal who has also started her career doing door knocking, she used to go show up with like flowers and like a box of chocolate. She's like, yeah, I'm looking to deliver this to so-and-so. Do you know where they're at? So, I mean, those are some like stealth ways to do it. Again, like, it's personal preference. Maybe just carry an empty box around so don't melt. But that's just one way. Oh, I lied. Look at that. Only one time. Disregard everything I just said. There you go. Yeah. Well, I had already knocked, if you heard me.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Do you know what happens to the neighbors next door?
I actually don't. All I know is that they moved out like a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how long ago?
I honestly don't know.
Like a year, 2 years, 5?
I could probably say like a year ago probably because I've been living here for 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Did you know Rebecca?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't know her? Okay. I was wondering if she's still teaching high school or not.
No.
No. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, bye. So that's a line that I use sometimes. And I've actually, one time it actually panned out that the person was teaching high school. But just, I ask, I have their name, like, oh, is she still teaching school? She's still a school teacher? And, because, it's the mentality of the thought process that, oh my gosh, maybe this was one of their students coming by to say hi or something like that. Well, anyway, it's a decent home. They moved out about a year ago. I got to track them down. Rebecca and Johnson. First name was Johnson, so. There's one more lady across the street. I'm going to ask her if she knows. Did you ever know the neighbors across the street? No? All right. Thanks. Hi. Park. So, all right. Been been vacant for a while, and there's a fire. So I don't know if it's worth pursuing. If the bank is already foreclosed on it, I might be able to find them and just deed it over to me. And depends what the lien is on it, but if they foreclosed, then there's a reconveyance on that loan, that note. So anyway, don't want to get too speculative here. All right. Any questions about that? Yeah.
The recording, is there a legality issue there? I sort of did some research about two-party consent, and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, California. I can't remember if California did one-party or two-party consent or not.
Or in this article,
Is it two-party?
It's two-party.
Okay. So it's two-party. So all those people had no idea that I was recording them. So, do you know who they are?
Do I know there?
Yeah. So, how does that work out? You don't have a victim.
Yeah.
So.
So maybe be careful.
Yeah, it. Obviously, this is being used for commercial use right now. So. So yeah.
I think someone has to suffer a damage.
Yeah, it's some kind of wrong. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
In that case, you have to prove that it's affected you
At
in
least
some
for,
way.
that'd be for civil, but I guess on a criminal deal, it is a crime.
Yeah, do what you feel comfortable doing. Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable recording, then don't. If you do, then do it.
What about trespassing?
If it's posted no trespassing, what is trespassing?
Trespassing is one of the stupidest laws ever.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer.
Basically, you go on and somebody tells you to leave, you have to leave. If you, after being told to leave, refuse to leave, then you're technically trespassing.
That's how I understood it as well. Is that there has to be some kind of action that you're disobeying.
Yeah, you
on
need
that.
a sign as a relief.
Yeah, like no soliciting. Like what are you gonna do? Like you can't get arrested for like knocking on someone's door.
In Butte County, there's a form you can go down to the sheriff's office and fill out. Once you post a sign, then the sheriff can arrest anybody on the property at that point. But you have to make a,
But they have to call and complain though. 'Cause the sheriff's not gonna just come patrol.
well, the problem I was having on this particular property, I put up cameras, captured the people. I had to have that form in order for them to arrest them.
Gotcha.
'Cause I
And you had
wasn't-
to sign this
I had to
citizen
sign
arrest and all that stuff.
Yeah, but there was a problem going on that caused you to be at that position.
Yeah, it was an ongoing thing, yeah. I had
Yeah,
to-
that's what I'm
I
saying.
had
Yeah.
to- Yeah, the same people.
Yeah,
I
that's-
really had to work hard to stop them from destroying the property.
See, yeah, I think that's an extreme case. But you're right though. There is obviously
There's a way.
to do that. Yeah.
Because you're having a lot of trouble.
But I mean, just because your sign says no trespassing and you sign this form, I'm up there knocking on the door because I'm asking for something. I can't go to jail for that. I haven't been warned.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one.
So, anyway, but what brought up that?
Well,
Yeah.
Audio bumping up.
The audio.
No. As far as trespassing though.
Because I had a gentleman, I went and knocked on a door and it was out in Newcastle.
Okay.
And there was a sign and just on this private road going to like 4 or 5 different houses.
Yeah.
And I left a note on the front door because nobody was there and it looked like nobody had been there. And he called up and I think you were at Alexis's deal when.
Yeah.
And he just went off.
That's
I mean,
right.
He threatened to call the cops, call me a child molester and everything else.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
just ignore it and just
And,
move on.
you know, I was
Yeah.
just like, no reason to go back, cause,
No, right.
he wasn't even at that property or anything else,
So how did he find the note?
he must have gone to it, but they
Yeah.
also had video cameras, so he may have
Oh, I
a feed
gotcha.
or something too.
Yeah.
So,
Of all things to call somebody a child molester, like no grounds.
Camera, who's the child molester?
yeah.
Right, yeah. Anyway. Okay, crazy. So, all right, so you can't find the owner this time. So this time, we walked all around the property. We can't find it. Neighbors don't know anything, or they're unwilling. They're telling you crazy stories because you just have that kind of luck in life. I don't know. So just whatever the deal is, you cannot find these people. So we go into skip tracing. The first time I ever heard about skip tracing was when I was working for the county of Sacramento, and I was finding jobs for recent parolees. And the only job I could find him was a skip tracer. And I'm like, what's a skip tracer? And this dude comes out, he's like, we call them people that don't pay their bills. And I'm like, oh, all right. So that was my first exposure to skip tracing. Guys that skip out of town, don't pay their bills, these guys are the ones that are calling them out. So skip tracing is finding these guys wherever they're hiding out. So ways to search. This one is from Deal Machine. This is TLO. I use TLO. It's a TransUnion service. It gives you everything that you need to know. I mean, it gives you Social Securities. What?
That's TransUnion?
TransUnion, yeah. You got to qualify for it to use it, though. Then TruePeopleSearch.com is another one. So these are the three main ones that are out there.
I used True People Search, and that was pretty good.
Good. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. I'm glad you had a good experience with it.
The 3 times that I've used it,
Yep.
it was really good. I used a couple others that you put up on your Facebook page.
Yep.
That, but True People have been really
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
consistent.
So True People Search, I found, is about 85% accurate of TLO. TLO, in my opinion, has been one of the better ones. I haven't really done this one here, just because I have TLO. But this one is Deal Machine. You can do that. So Deal Machine's $1. TLO, it costs me $1 per search as well, but I have it costs me $25 a month to use this service. And I never hit that quota anyway. At least I haven't lately. I've been kind of fortunate. There have been some months I'm like $75, and then True People Search. So as part of you being part of this, if you have deals, if you have leads, you've exhausted, you can't find them, ongoingly as we continue to work together, hit me up. I will give you guys the TLO searches. I will search them for you and send you their information so you guys can have access to finding those people. There's no reason for you not to be able to find those people. Yeah.
You said you have to qualify for TLO? What is
So
that?
TLO, because there's sensitive material there. I mean, you have people's driver's license information, you have their social security cards, you have a lot of personal data on the person. You have to be a legitimate business. So in order for me to qualify for this, I had to have a business license, I had to have a business checking account, I had to have an office that had a lock, 2 locks basically, a front door lock and a lock on the office door, and then I had to have a lock on the filing cabinet and a secure password on my computer. Because I worked from home, I had to be in a home office where there was no living things like a bed or anything like that. So that was the qualifications that I had to jump through at that time. I've since found out that, and I qualified under a property manager, which I am, Nickel Properties. And Nickel Properties, we do also find renters that skip out on us. We got to chase them down in order to serve them judgment papers and things like that. So I qualified under that. I've since heard, and I have not validated this, that now has been, I'm grandfathered in, but that is no longer a way to get in the door because too many real estate investors were abusing that. So I'm real hesitant on really on sharing my information on this, but like I said, for you guys, I have no problem doing that, getting you the information. But I've had guys like in Alabama, like, hey, can you find this person for me? Or Coach Pat Martin, he's like, hey, I got 3 days in Florida, can you find this guy for me? So I used to find stuff for him all the time. But like I said, I'm hesitant because I don't want to lose this privilege because it is a great access. I found a lot of people that way. But again, it's open to you guys.